Here, watch this.
I have been working on a game secretly for the past 2 years, and now that secret's out, and that game is called Spectre Divide, made by Mountaintop Studios. This has been a really, really fun, interesting project.
The new game that Shroud is promoting, Spectre Divide, is just over 3 months old, but is already being racked with cheaters, layoffs, and a disappearing player base. Things aren't looking good, leaving people wondering if this game is dead on arrival.
Hey everybody, before we get into today's video, I wanted to thank our sponsor, JBL Quantum. The JBL Quantum 910 wireless headset is designed with competitive gaming in mind, and its Quantum Sphere 360 technology can help give you the edge in any game where sound matters. Whether you're trying to figure out where on earth the bomb is on Nuke or hear footsteps in Valorant, if you play TAC FPS, you need accurate spatial audio. And there's no other headset out there with JBL Quantum's Quantum Sphere 360 tech, which uses an algorithm to accurately render virtual surround sound alongside head tracking to ensure the positional audio is always precise. Visit jbl.com/gaming and follow JBL Quantum on Instagram to stay on top of the latest updates. Alright, let's get back to the video.
Okay, so Spectre Divide is an in-development 3v3 TAC shooter that takes inspiration from CS and Valorant, with the major twist being that players are able to control two bodies in a single round. When playing, you can toss out a puck that contains your Spectre, i.e. your second character. You can then switch back and forth between the Spectre and your OG body, essentially giving you 2 lives. It's like a Phoenix ult mixed with Yoru's kit, and it works pretty well. Just given my short time playing the game, having these 2 lives offers a ton of creativity, allowing you to set up traps and crazy flanks sometimes too. But more importantly, it provides players with more consistent action and agency, rather than
What? It's a good video. It's not a good video?
waiting around because you died early or feeling like a round is already over because you had to rotate across the entire map. You can be in 2 places at once. You can get a second chance. Now, the game itself is being developed by Mountaintop Studios, who have a ton of experience on their team, with devs coming from the likes of Bungie, Riot, Respawn, and plenty others. And on top of that, the game is also affiliated with one of the most popular streamers on the planet, Shroud. As one of the game's largest investors, he's been helping shape Spectre Divide for quite some time now. Love him or hate him, dude is very good at FPS and plays them for a living. Not to mention his insanely large community. A ton of companies would kill to have someone like that to consult on their game and give them money. And as a result of his help and the veteran team behind it, the game is actually really fun. It's more than just a copy, despite its surface level similarities to Valorant. Unfortunately, this has not been enough to keep the game free of troubles. And for people actually playing the game, the main concern for a while has been a familiar one: cheaters.
Bro, the game feels empty. No disrespect though. I played it and the game made me feel like lonely. Everything is so, all the colors are tame, pastel, everything's toned down, and it's like when you're middle of a round, it's like pure silence. It's like, okay, well, I feel lonely.
Okay, low-key. He might be.
Okay.
He might actually be.
Shortly after the game dropped into its early access, players hit Discord and Reddit to complain about already facing cheaters, and the issue only seemed to get worse. Given that we've seen this in the past with games like The Finals, Deadlock for a moment, and, of course, CS2, I felt like I had to take a deeper look. Now, things aren't quite as bad as they are with CS2, with countless people live streaming themselves, just full rage hacking, but a quick search on YouTube and you'll find a ton of content showing off and promoting cheats for Spectre Divide. And as far as the complaints go, we have once again reached out to the anti-cheat police department, who have been monitoring the situation, as they do with most games, and the community sentiment only seems to be getting worse. Even Coach from the ACPD, like so many others, says that the game itself is very good. It's just that facing cheaters every other match is not. Some have pointed...
This guy, it's gamer.com. This guy was in Overwatch. And he used to help with like cheating stuff or whatever, or help, whatever, if that makes sense. And anti-cheat police department. Chat, what was it called way back in the days? Some of you guys remember this, it was like 10 years ago. It's the Overwatch police, you guys remember that?
itself is very good. It's just that facing cheaters
do you remember
every
that
other
account?
match is not. Some have pointed to the use of Battle Eye as their
Is it the same people?
choice, doubting its effectiveness. But Koji explained it's actually not that
Oh,
bad,
damn.
and it does have kernel access. The issue seems to be that they aren't getting enough reports.
Same guy.
Even something as strong as Vanguard wouldn't work as well without people doing manual reports to help supplement the automation. And the reason there aren't enough reports could be that there aren't enough players.
Champ, I think they're being a little bit too nice. This video, I feel like it's like they're glazing hard, which is fine to glaze sometimes, but like I love Shroud, and Shroud was a friend of mine, like in real life and everything, you know. But like, it's okay to have criticism for a game. If anything, it means that you care about the person and the game. Maybe you want it to do better because it feels empty. And I played for free. I wasn't even sponsored. I played for free. And I played like 2 games and I was done. It was like so lonely. So
Yeah, this
like,
game is gonna easily, and I mean easily, take over in 2 years when it comes out, for sure.
Yeah,
It's the first arena shooter MOBA
Underneath
that
us, underneath
actually is good.
I'm
All the other
underneath,
ones,
underneath,
all the other
underneath.
ones kind of stink.
It also doesn't help that the studio behind the game has had to lay off 13 employees in order to support the future of their game.
No, he means deadlock. It means deadlock. Deadlock sucks. Sorry. I played it. I did it. Dude, class-based shooters literally take your entire brain function and range of motions of your hands. You have to be locked in the whole way through. Okay. On top of that, it has MOBA aspects that you have to put even more of your brain to it. Always locked in. And the reality is that people don't like that very much. Okay, it takes too much, and the information that you need in the game isn't well represented enough. There's too much components to a game that shouldn't be that complicated. Overwatch already had problems with being complicated, right? Even though there was only a few mechanics and a few spells, whatever. The game, sorry to tell you, combining all those elements together, can't do it. Cannot do it.
This isn't to say that Spectre Divide is dead in the water. As I mentioned before, the finals faced their own cheating issue, but has since bounced back and continues to go strong. Spectre Divide also recently had its first community.
You said Overwatch was not complicated because you were dog shit. Because you were dog shit. At one point, things did end up feeling like a checklist. You need to have this, you have that, you have this, you have this, and it becomes this like massive computation block of all these elements together, and you have to make a plan with all those components. Deadlock has so many components, it's just too much for people to just enjoy as a game for it to succeed that much. People say, oh, you're just gonna be massive, it's gonna be massive. It'll be probably big, not as big as it is, because it's too niche to have people that fully fucking lock in like you're fucking on crack for a full 40 minutes. It's just not, people don't want to do that.
The Invitational, and there's still a buzz about this game. People are begging Shroud to come back and play it.
Guys, it's like playing a fucking game of StarCraft, okay? You have to be on over brain heat for like fucking 40 minutes. Bro, your brain starts to fucking hurt.
More because they love it so much and are asking other fans of FPS to give it an honest chance. We even asked TenZ his thought on the situation back in September, and he too says that although the game isn't for everyone, it does bring something very unique to the table.
That game is definitely like a very niche like audience game. I will think there's a lot of people that will like enjoy the game and like actually love it. But for like the pacing, it is very unique. I do think it's a cool game in itself. I'm personally not a fan of like ADS shooters that much, but I actually did enjoy playing that game and also playing in the tournament. It kind of showed like the cool stuff you could do with like supporting yourself. So being able to control 2 lives, I think, is really cool.
Is the game too niche, or is the market just too saturated right now? These are legitimate questions the devs are likely asking themselves. But what's clear...
League decided a long time ago to min-max their QOL like crazy, okay? The game is made to be entry-level, understandable, right? And to lower the amount of mechanics and amount of things that you actually have to do so you can relax and have a good time, okay? If you don't agree with this, you know absolutely nothing about games. It is so cringe. I'm not even gonna discuss this.
They aren't going to give up. Mountaintop have even claimed that they are committed to working on this game despite the waning audience.
They had to remove the items with an active button press to push to activate item because the players were not good enough and people didn't like it because they had to do more than usual, which is 4-6 buttons. They literally removed almost every active item in the game because of it. And you're gonna tell me that it's not dumbed down and watered down for people to... Shut up, bitch. Shut up.
They've
Shut
even
up.
privately reached out to the ACPD to see if there are opportunities to work together. And on their official website, the devs have been active, releasing updates on their progress with anti-cheat, patch notes, and community updates. Hell, the CEO even made a post quoting Mark Twain, declaring that Spectre Divide is not dead and that they have the resources to fund this game.
The game tells you what to build. They have locked the items to 1 or 3 choices of items total based on what you're going for. Your builds are hard locked and you don't even have to compute who you're up against. The only thing you have to compute is whether they have a lot of armor or not a lot of armor. A lot of MR, not a lot of MR. And if your brain is offline, it is the most dumbed down dog shit of all time. There's no flexibility. There's no adaptability for playstyle. There's nothing. The game is dumbed the fuck down.
For the long run. As I've said, look at any video on Spectre Divide and you will see that there is an audience for this game who are dedicated to it and enjoy the hell out of it, and only want to see more people give it a shot. On top of all that, one of the biggest FPS streamers on the planet has put his name behind this project. So although he's yet to comment on any of these ongoing issues, his continued cosign can go a long way when it comes to boosting player numbers. We just might have to get him to stop playing literally any other game for that to happen.
Yeah, well, I'm not in an interview or whatever, but I don't want to be too harsh to him. But at the same time, I have to say, Shroud probably made a game at the time that he was passionate about because he likes CS a lot. But at the same time, it's the most saturated game genre out there. It is incredibly saturated, and it's very competitive, and people want to have fun. The thing with those games that people don't understand is that the reason why League and Valorant still do really good, they're very social games. Okay, people play with their friends, people play whatever. It's easy to jump in with your friends and actually play the game. And the fact that it's one and popular, it's easy to find a player that you know of or a friend of, and there's a good chance to actually play that game because it's not too crazy, not too many mechanics. You have to fucking break your brain to play the fucking video game. It's good to eat, date, and chill until everybody wants to do. Okay. And it's why a game that takes more than that will have a higher level of entry, a barrier of entry, and it's have less players.